What's happening, my beautiful people? Today we have tiers, 50 of the best midfielders in the game, chosen by yours truly. You see the ordeal, broken, rank 1, foot champs, and then it gets debatable or the pine. You don't want to be sitting in the pine. No minutes, no PT, nada. Comment down below your favorite midfielders, and if you want to have a little back and forth, I'm here for it. Work with me. Varela, the Italian stallion, and I want him to be in foot champs because what he's done for the club, but at this point of the game, what's authentic is what's authentic, and Varela, because of all the upgraded players, has moved into debatable. That's where I'm at. Kareem the Dream. I did not predict a midfielder with the winter wild card shapeshifter ordeal. Fred Pine, right off the rip. I didn't like him at all this year. Rude, hold it. Now, I still believe he should be in broken, but I'm not sure he's even in the top 5 or top 10. There's no way if you invested into FIFA 23 that you have Ruud Gullit as your top midfielder. I wouldn't even say top 3. Maybe pushing the top 5. But still, out of respect, his influence, what he's accomplished, what he's put into the scene, and even how good he is this year, he's just not better than previous iterations where I did everything in my power to avoid him by all costs. He's just not at that level. Guardiola, I like him for a foot champs. Big upgrade, just signed for Manchester City, and he's going to have to play well if he wants to get into that side. Conte, I don't love that this wasn't some discounted SBC at the end of the year like it should have been. Kessie as a holding mid, I've enjoyed. Milinkovic-Savic, unreal. Just game-changing, game-breaking. The knockdowns, the presence, the physicality, the size. I did not expect goalkeepers to have these shifts, but they came into play at all levels this year, including esports. Never thought I would say that. Pedri is also a pine mover. I just never got on with him, never changed the game for me. Are these strong takes? Perhaps, but someone has to be there. Just wait it out. At the end, we always have a little review. We'll do that again. Perisic, rank 1. Like Perisic a lot. Pirlo, some of the best flow we've ever seen in football. It hurts me to put him in the pine, and I'd love to have a glass of wine on a vineyard somewhere in Italy, preferred. Rabiot, surprise foot item. Didn't see this upgrade. The 90s across the board. He definitely has some authenticity. Renato Sanchez. And maybe I'll even rank the broken players. He has to be there. And I'd love to know when this is all said and done, once we have a category, once we have the tiers, how you would rank the upper echelon, because the broken category, I'm already predicting it's going to have a lot of debate. Not necessarily in them being broken, but the ordering of the players. That's where I want the conversation piece. I don't know if Rijkaard should be here or not, but I put him into the midfield. I know he's technically a striker. It's a big upgraded item. I see more people using him in the middies. Maybe I'm just confused, but I've put him into this, and he's going to be foot champs. Rodri, man, good money. And a lot of those stat lines, they're also authentic. They're reliable. He's reliable. If you need to be insured, I trust in Rodri, but I don't think he's done enough for rank 1. Scholesy, wow, what an upgrade. And because I am a fanboy, this is my list. I'm coming in extra biased. I cannot believe we have a Paul Scholes item that can do it all.
Was it 20 years ago? That's nothing. 20 years,
that's a good challenge then, wasn't it?
I thought it was a good challenge.
Straight red now.
It's a lot of objectivity and subjectivity being thrown about. What is Mike talking about? I'm telling you, bucket hat makes you different. It's that Hampton swag. Socrates, love the headband. Also competitive ready, rank 1. Changed his narrative for the year. Same with Seedorf. This might be one of the more underrated icons. If you've used that Seedorf item, he's giving you some good value. This is not what the list is about, but I'm just speaking as it comes to me. Love Bernardo Silva, but because of the period of time, he's moved more into debatable. At one point, I would have probably had him at rank 1. Valverde, this is either going to be something you're on board with or you absolutely disagree. Patrick Vieira, another player on a downturn. Similar to Ruud Gullit, I still believe he should be rank 1, and he's even better if you play him as a center back. I know we're talking midfield. If you want a classic holding mid, he'll do the job. Long legs to get on the end of everything. Xavi, oh my goodness. I hate putting him in debatable because it's his best item. Probably going to stay his best item throughout even the future. And I just want to revisit that midfield. Both at Barcelona with the tiki-taka and the same with the Spanish national team. That era, I'm not sure we're ever going to see something like that in my lifetime or your lifetime watching. If you really want to date back, they made the best midfielders in the world look so ordinary. Zambrata, gotta be rank 1 for me. this is an underrated item. Came out SBC. Some people hopped on it. Others, maybe he didn't have enough hype train for them. But if you're talking about deliveries or deliveroos, this is good ROI. Frankie de Jong. My first instinct is I kind of want him in rank 1, but he's earned broken. João Felix, weird item. Not what I expected to be talking about with some of these upgrades. I have him foot champs. I just love the way that he moves on the ball. Hugo Lloris. He's never had a more impactful item as a goalkeeper, but now as a central midfielder, you've got something unique and player that dominated since his introduction. He had everyone speaking French. Tchouaméni. Man, does he take up space well. You might love him or you might hate him. If you're getting used to players that aren't clunky, a lot of those fast-moving, fast-twitch type of midfielders, he's not that. Boateng, the Prince. I'm happy to have him. Not bad looking numbers. Memphis. I'm not talking about the city. We got Depay. Rank 1 for me. He's an assassin. Kimmich. It's got to be still at least foot champs. I respect. He's a pit bull in the middies. Nakata, also foot champs. If you have not given him a run through, don't be misguided. I know he's had some negative publicity throughout previous FIFA installments. You didn't want to pack him this year, and especially with the 97 footies, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Sergio Busquets, Mr. Biscuits, definitely foot champs. Not quite rank 1 for yours truly. Stats are there, but there's some question with authenticity. Thiago, I just can't stand by him. I lose so many 50-50s. That physical nature or lack thereof, the size, the body type, it's too lean. I need more. Toni Kroos, I'm a fanboy. He's got the characteristics. He's no longer in walking speed. Gave him the extra booster, the starter pack, Sonic the Hedgehog. Come on. Llorente. Foot champs feels right, but I don't love Llorente. I actually prefer him as a right back. He's a master of the simplicities. I got respect for him. Martial, we didn't ask for it. I don't think he deserves it, but he should be in foot champs. Modric, whew. This foot item, man, caused me so many issues throughout the year. I'm happy about that. Yaya Toure, straight to the broken. Xavi Alonso, debatable. I never enjoyed any of his items. I know the stats on this version look crazy, but they're not always as organic as you would think. Musiala, wow. Whew. What a special individual. This item, when it came out, he was challenging for best midfielder in the game. Right off the rip with the team of the season version. He was one of the first players this year in particular that gave you offensive awareness that was at a next level. Jude Bellingham, you can pick a version, but he's got to be in broken. I don't think I need to say that much. Odegaard, shout out to Arsenal last season. Shout out to Odegaard, done a lot for his stock. Kind of just want to throw him into rank 1 because of that. I don't know if that's a stretch. I'm not an Arsenal supporter, but I've always enjoyed using Odegaard. This is the first version that had enough balance to really push him over the edge. Marquisio, who might have been overshadowed a little bit from Yaya Toure, but he's still in that same category. Been broken, stayed broken, and the newest item is also broken. Kevin De Bruyne, I don't think it's right to have his 99 and not have him into that same category tier. It's taken him a while with the upgrades. He's had high-rated versions, but they didn't have that extra oomph. The 99's a little different. Goretzka, I'm so tempted to put this man in the pine, which might sound crazy. He's just so clunky. It's my list, my opinion. I'm coming in with all sorts of bias in every single way. I'm sure there's some people that agree that Goretzka is not it. Lothar. I had the chance to meet this icon, and that man will dictate your midfield presence. Virgil van Dijk. Oh, what an upgrade. Not only does he take over the defense, he has that role. He's now moved into the middies. I don't like the percentage play against him whatsoever. Has to be in the broken category. Zinedine, the Frenchman. Oh, the graceful icon, who also packed an icon when opening a FIFA pack. And this is what I'm talking about. Where does Ruud Gullit rank for you? You can put a number for all I care in the comments, but where does Ruud Gullit rank? Look how many players are broken. Isco at the disco, no sir. And the same could be said with Mkhitaryan. And even if you're on the pine, it doesn't mean you're not good. I want to be so clear. It's just look at our options. Look at the depth. Not all of these players deserve to sit side by side. They're not all gonna have prime position at the dinner table. I'm not doing a review. This is where I'm leaving it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Turn on some notifications, subscribe. It's free to do so. We are back in full effect. I can't wait for FC 24, and I have a lot more coming out ASAP.